Today we review the Tudor Corner, which is the newest LEGO modular set. This is the 20th in the series, and if you follow along, we'll show you how we take all those bags and turn it into that. So bag one is a green base plate and our first minifigure. And the sidewalk is really intricately done. The LEGO designers really use this 2x2 modified plate with these curved cutouts very well. Bag two, we get into the layout for the rest of the ground floor, and then we start working on the little bathroom. Hey, even minifigures need to use the potty, right? Now we get into bag three and really starting to get into the guts of the build. And what's really cool here is look how they use that turntable here to turn it upside down and create a stovetop. That was a really ingenious use of an old 2x2 turntable piece. Turn it upside down and it looks like the top of a stove. Very cool. Another part of bag three is starting to work on the haberdashery shop and some of the different cabinets and displays here showing different hats. Very colorful and some very neat little builds here. Like right here is the little desk where the shop owner works. You also see the minifigure there who shows off the top hat for customers who enter the shop. And minifigures create trash too, so we have a little dumpster to put behind the back door. Now, bag four, we start to get into building the pub, which is part of the ground floor of this set. Very cool. First time I think that LEGO's really done an actual bar like this. There's some really neat little intricate details that are in here, like these lights, you know, that coffee maker you just saw. And then here's the layout of how they actually build the bar with the seating in front of it. Again, very well thought out and very intricate. In bag five here, we build the stairway, which covers up the bathroom, heads up to the second floor. And there's the first of many clocks you're going to see throughout this build. And then bag six, we're going to start to finish the front of the haberdashery. And one of the best parts about the modular series from LEGO, they don't make you do stickers. See, that is an actual printed piece there I just put on the top there with the logo. Now we get into bag seven, and this is where it really gets fun for somebody like me who really enjoys looking at different building techniques. This is how we build the angled front to this set, and it is really neat how they get the angled pieces to kind of work together and fits perfectly together. It is very solid. Also love the color usage here. Really good looking front to this set. Then we get into bag eight and the finishing off the front of the pub with the kind of dark green theme here and just a couple different pieces here to kind of work around the corner of the build. Very fun design. I'm always on the lookout for fun use of different parts here. And look, there's that little heart, which is actually green, and that's used to make leaves on some of the detailing on the bushes along the outside of the building. And speaking of fun parts usage, this railing on the top of the pub is actually a bunch of pieces from a Star Wars droid, like you see here. Now, the rest of bag nine is just adding some details like some awnings over the windows and some flowers and other things that make this set really stand out. And there's a kitty waiting at the back door. Now, bag 10, we get into the second floor of this build, which is a clock repair shop. And you're going to see a theme pretty quickly here, a lot of clocks. First, we're building some stairs, and I'm a big fan of how LEGO does different builds of stairs over the years. This one's actually built kind of sideways, and it was kind of confusing to build, but once you see it in place, it looks really cool, and it's very sturdy as well. Now we get into what's the meat of the second floor is the clocks, and there's all kinds of them. Desktop clocks, grandfather clocks. Here's a desk where the repairman sits and repairs clocks, all kinds of really fun little intricate builds here, and you can kind of see it kind of taking place here as we're going through the stop motion of this build. Getting into bag 13, even some more of these type of things, these little clocks. Again, fun little builds for the other side of the floor. And this might be my favorite little clock here. And you talk about unique use of parts. The inside of that, they're actually using this oblong gear piece to help make that clock. Again, really cool, imaginative work from the Lego designers on this whole set. Now we get into bag 14 and really like how Lego designs the windows on this floor. Some really cool, unique design work here. Then we get into kind of finishing off the second floor, some of these details that Lego adds. This hanging flower basket looks really cool, kind of adds definitely some unique color to the outside of this. Now we put the second floor in place. Now we're ready to start on the top floor. When this set was first announced, I was really intrigued by how Lego would do these angled black pieces along the outside here. And here's how it's done. They just put a plate in there that just sits loose, but it gets wedged into place by the plates on top of it. So it's really kind of an ingenious way to kind of get those angles in there. It looks really cool from the outside. Now, this apartment on the top floor here, a human lives there and a cat lives there. And you'll see some little cat toys pop up in the design there. And there's the kitty right there. The design gets really intricate through this part as you're kind of building all those details around those windows and you're starting to build the roof on the top of this structure. A lot of little pieces, kind of tough to follow sometimes in the directions, but I think Lego does a pretty good job overall of taking people through this. Getting into bag 18 here, only two more after this bag. We're building a bookcase here and starting to finish off the apartment and building up the walls and getting ready to add that awesome looking red roof. We're going to get into that in bag 19. But first you got to build kind of the underlying support for all that, which is what we're doing right here. One neat little part of this build is adding this little patio off of the back door. It's kind of neat how you build this separate and it just, with a couple of those pipes there, just kind of attaches to the side of the building like that. Neat little design to add to the top floor there. Now, getting into bag 19 and building the roof. First you start with the different pieces, and you can see they're using hinges here quite a lot to be able to attach those different pieces together and fit over the mold that you built in the previous step. The key here really for the builder is just making sure that everything is snapped securely into the hinges that they've provided you. And once you do that, it just kind of all comes together. And look at the finished product. That is really cool how they got all of that to fit together. Now we're in the last bag. We got the chimney sweeper, and of course we got to give him a couple chimneys to sweep, which is kind of neat that they do chute chimneys on the top of this design. Now we're ready to put it all together. There goes the top floor on, and then we got some details to add along the bottom here. Some seating outside the pub. I like how they put those posts up there at the corner. That's kind of a neat add. I've never seen Lego do that before. A little light on the side of the building. And then, of course, the customary lamppost that goes on every Lego modular. One more fun design element to put on the outside of the building is this clock. It looks really cool and it's printed, which is fantastic. But I've got a bone to pick with Lego here. Why is the outside clock show a different time than all the clocks inside? But that's really my only quibble with this set. Overall, this is a really awesome build. Playability is very good. Some of these rooms are real tight inside, but like this wall can be removed. Makes it much easier to play with. I know some people haven't been thrilled with the Tudor design and think it doesn't fit in with the other modulars. I think it fits in just great, and I'm looking forward to working it into my city. Some people have asked me if this is my favorite modular. I'm not ready to say that, but it is definitely up there.